The Tar Heel 100, 200. And we're live. Go.
So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Giggity Racing League. It's your Keystone Cowboy. Thank you very much for joining this evening. We have got night 2 of our all-star race qualifying races, our dash races to get into the big shows coming up this weekend. First race is Charlotte, the Tar Heel 200 Enduro race. I've got Mr. K. Taddy, Mr. Little Man up here in the booth with me as I am doing an in-race report. So this should be very, very interesting tonight. So guys, go ahead and jump on in here.
Well, how y'all doing?
Welcome, y'all.
Living the American dream. Playing NASCAR, drinking beer.
I work too much to be living the dream.
So tonight is night 2, race number 3 of 4. Final chance qualifying for these drivers to try to make their way into the All-Star race. That start Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We have a field of, I believe, 32 are supposed to. 32 drivers were supposed to make the field tonight. I'm not so sure how many are in the lobby right now. But I know we were sitting at about 21 or 22. No cautions, 3 times wear, 100 laps at Charlotte, 4 stages. It's going to be a good, thrilling race.
Absolutely. It's definitely an enduro race tonight. As you said, 100 laps on the 25% race. Usually when you say 100 laps, 25% don't go in there with it.
Well, I mean, if realistically this race is going to be broken up into, again, 4 stages. Uncharacteristically, most races have 3. This is the only race here in NASCAR that has 4 stages. So even though it's 100 laps, it's going to be 4 individual 25-lap shootouts. The first 3 don't mean anything realistically, except for if you're a driver, you want to be able to stay on the lead lap. If you fall a lap down, you're hoping to be the lucky dog. If you're none of those, you're not sitting pretty to advance. Basically, any of the drivers still sitting on the lead lap on that 4th stage, lap 1, they're all in the midst of having an opportunity to be the driver to win and advance into the All-Star race.
Absolutely. As you were talking, there is no cautions. So only 3 people the entire race is going to get a lap back. So you definitely, if you're not on the lead lap, if you do go a lap down, you definitely want to be that first one. So I definitely expect to see some fighting at the end of the stages for that position if there's multiple people a lap down. And one thing you've got to definitely watch out for, we say it every time we come to this track, turns 3 and 4. It is a doozy for some people.
Yeah, so we're going to be following along with the leaders when this gets going. But I will tell you that I'm about ready to guarantee turns 3 and 4, lap 1, there will be the first wreck of the race.
Yes.
I say that it might not be the first wreck of the race. Yeah, as I was going to say, turns 1 and 2 is you can run low, you can run the bottom. If you're running low, it's easy to catch the aprons. Turns 3 and 4, it's almost a guarantee though, with how you have to drive in high lift to be able to hold the bottom. I know that sounds silly. You got to go in high, let it coast down to the bottom, and stay off the throttle to be able to hold it. A lot of people try to dive bomb down in there and enter low, and that's going to cause them to shoot up into that same guy that's trying to get to the bottom, and guaranteed there will be a wreck if they're not respectful with each other.
Absolutely.
We have Dirty Boy Jackson, the Private Pat, and they're in our YouTube land. Those are the 2 guys that have already advanced after last night's 2 events at Iowa and Chicago. And then we have some guy named RJ Smitty Giggity. I don't know who you are, but just kidding. I have a special saying for you, but I can't say it on air. So back to you guys.
Right now we're about ready to start our final lap here in qualifying. So about to get this wrapped up. And we'll get that racing coming to you soon.
Smitty likes to put people down pit road.
Smitty himself has a hard time on pit road. By the way, actually, I'm glad you brought that up, pit road. Even though there's no cautions on, we do run black flags in these dashes, so people do still have to get down to pit road speed limit or they're going to get a 15-second penalty plus the 15-second stop, basically taking themselves out of the opportunity of, you won't necessarily lose a lap, but you're definitely going to not be on pace with the leaders at that point.
And also, doing a lot of testing. I actually think everybody will have to pit at least once in each stage.
Yeah, actually, so the tank is only 20 laps to the tank. However, there are some people that I have seen in the past that can save that kind of fuel.
Is Creed running?
I was about to ask, is Creed running tonight?
Creed is not running. He is who I was talking about, but he is not running. However, whether or not you can save the fuel is one thing, but can you save the tires to go with that? Maybe stage one, I just don't see it possible. Maybe after you make a few adjustments, able to work on your tire wear a little bit, maybe that'll help, but I just don't see in stage one. I think everyone's going to have to make a green flag pit stop.
Yes, it is.
Qualifying has just come to an end. Yeah, make sure we both get invites. I don't know if I got mine still. Yeah, so actually the second, third, and fourth stage will be about 22 laps after the caution and stuff. So look for people to try to be saving in those stages. Entering this race, little man, you have 4 drivers, I have 4 drivers, not your own driver. Who is your favorite to win?
Who's all in it?
All the drivers
Only 25 people
on the list. Don't forget to get that D. Smith invite.
I know who he's going to be pulling for. He's going to be pulling for the driver of the 18 car, whoever that is.
Oh, I heard that's a Keystone Cowboy.
Oh, that's you? You know? I see how it is.
See? Games. Head games.
Yeah.
I actually have to go over the list before I could. It's in the broadcast chat.
Well, we've got Ford Probe Bomber starting on the pole. We've got Buck in second.
No, it's D. Smith.
We got Mills in third. Checkmate Taylor running starting fourth. Woodruff starting fifth. NRG starting sixth. We've got Fast Claire starting seventh.
Oh boy.
Excuse me.
Outside of my team, I'm going to go with Checkmate and Mills as the two that I see as being the top drivers, top potential to try to win this race here at Charlotte. But again, that's outside my team. I have 4 drivers myself that I expect to finish probably just in that order, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is Wicked running?
Wicked Gatekeeper is running, as is NRG.
He is starting 11th.
Well,
Phoenix is starting.
I'd say him or
Hold on, wait for Angel's resetting his stuff.
yeah.
Wow, 8 people watching live. This might be our smallest set that we've had. Responded.
No, he's good.
So how many guys you got in there? 25 you said?
27.
27.
27.
Field's getting bigger and bigger.
Oh,
And you have-
this is a whole nother page. How about I'll pick one from each team?
Oh gosh. 8 picks, and you still probably get it wrong. Go ahead, I'll allow it.
I know. I'd say Wicked, Young Boy. Let's
Well,
see.
Terrell just backed out, so.
Well, that might not work.
Young boy Terrell. He probably needs another invite.
He's back in.
Oh,
Alright, so you got Wicked, Young Boy Terrell.
let's see.
Angel. You waiting on Angel still?
Of
Yeah.
course, Mills.
Yeah, he was doing a reset. Mills, of course.
Yeah.
Mhm.
As long as he takes care of my 2 car.
Not that one.
I know you're talking about me.
Yeah, I buddy.
You'll be secretly cheering for me, I know.
I see. On DSR, I'd say maybe Phoenix. I like that Hoover. War
10-4.
Pig for hit. And checkmate on Smitty's.
You got 4 from NOCO. Also, you got D. Smith, Bob Probe, Ford Probe, and Fletch D.
Hey, that Ford Pro dude, man. I've been watching him. He
He's good.
Yeah, he gets a little tough in that way.
Yeah, he's quick. Sorry for this. We're just kind of filling some airtime here. We're just waiting on one guy. Unfortunately, unlike in real life when you can just get in the car, turn the ignition, and hope and pray it's going to run, here with the PlayStation, the virtual gaming, we have an aspect of people having lag issues and stuff like that they sometimes have to reset their console, and that's exactly what Archangel is doing now. The moment he gets in the lobby, though, we should be ready to go. I believe they already have the lobby swapped over back to the same track. So just waiting on that driver, and then the timer of 1 minute will start, and we'll be getting you some 100 flags at Charlotte, or 100 laps at Charlotte.
100 flags, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and send y'all two another round of invites just in case.
10-4.
All right, Teddy. We got Little Man's picks over there. What are your picks?
Hold on just a second.
One from each team.
Well, I didn't pick none for my team because.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick one for my team. If I do, I'm going to go with 4 of them, all 4 for my team. I expect those to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go with Serenity Racing. It's going to look as Serenity Racing on screen for Cola. That is Robbie Vids. Mills, I already picked him as my favorite to win. Him and Checkmate, besides my own team, I expect them to be the top runners. For an underdog, for me, coming from the Canuck camp, I'm going to go with Sparks. Here in the DSR camp, I'm going to have a hard time not going with Phoenix. He's good. The hit group, to me, their fastest driver is going to be Tackleberry in the 38. GRD, I'm going to say Buck all day in the 4 car. No offense to the others, Buck's just he's one of our top cup drivers. RJ Motorsports. I picked Checkmate. I'm going to go with Old Guy as a dark horse, or Jay Miller. Jay Miller's really fast too, but Old Guy, I'm going to give him the... We're blue screen guys, but I can keep talking. And then with Team NOCO, I'm actually going to go with Fletch D as their top finisher. RJ Smitty out there cheering for his team said he's cheering for the 4, the 5, the 9, and the 19. Only one of those are his cars. No, I'm just kidding. He said that's where his drivers are starting. But I like seeing him rooting for my 19 car. And your 4, actually, a little man.
Yeah. Smitty misses me. I got him in his first ever championship.
I mean, I don't think necessarily anybody misses you.
Oh, you crazy.
Alrighty, here we go.
We do have a side bet up here, guys, just so you know, with having Little Man and Keystone in the booth. We have a 1-roll toilet paper bet on who's going to be the first one to slip up. So it's my job to antagonize this fact.
Well, good thing I've got plenty of toilet paper. Join now. We're starting.
I'm already in here. Ford Probe is in the lead with Buck Racing in the 4 on the outside.
Come on,
Mills, I believe that's Mills in the black number 2 on the inside, going under Buck now after a little contact between the 00 and the 4. Keep in mind, every stage, every restart, these guys are going to take a little bit to get up to speed. So turns 1 and 2, they're not going to handle that well. Ford Probe with the lead with Mills in second. Here comes the 48 of somebody. Checkmate Taylor.
Checkmate. Yeah.
The 88 of Woodruff. Unfortunately, Woodruff is talentless. No, I'm just kidding. Love you, Woodruff. He's got a good car here. He's enjoying that RJ Motorsports team. As his teammate in the 24 just went back around him. Jay Milla. Not sure where my old guy is. Big wreck in the back with the 1, the 32, few others. Pass for the lead. We have Mills going to the outside of Ford Pro Bomber in that black number 2 Ford Mustang on the outside of the blue and orange 00 Chevy Camaro. He does make the lead. Make Mills, GRL Canuck driver, takes P1. He's got himself a little gap. He's the first person to take the lead and get a 2-3 car length lead. But here comes Checkmate. Checkmate in that 48 seems to be catching really quick onto that 00, and he looks fast. There's my 2 picks running first and third at this point in time. Keystone Cowboy looks like he's coming up here in the 6th position. Haven't talked a whole lot about him. Incident right in front of him between 2 cars. Not sure who that was.
Oh, I was trying to stay off of my teammate. I'm not sure what happened. I'll have to rewind it and watch. It didn't look pretty though.
I would wait to rewind that until a later point in time. Right now is not a great time.
You can do it.
Up here at the front, we have a battle for the lead shaping up as Checkmate and Ford Probe Bomber have used that draft and have caught the 2 car of Mills. Checkmate looking to the inside of the 00 has thought better of it, decides to fall back in the draft and letting those 3 check out from the rest of the field.
They fit right now. There's too many cars piled up together.
I'm going to scroll back through the field and give you a little glimpse of some of these guys, also some of the racing action going on. 62 of Phoenix, he was our DSR pick. I believe both me and Little Man picked him. 24 Jay Milla, looked like the 18 of Keystone, touched a little grass, spit up some dirt, said, eat this, and then took off. But here comes Jay Milla right behind him. Serenity Racing in this black 37 back here, touches the wall just a little bit, keeps on going. Wicked Gatekeeper in the 11 Toyota. Gosh, that's different looking. Looks like the 43 right in front of him. I'm not sure who that is. Maybe Puddin?
Sean Siddle.
Sean Siddle looks like he had a little lag coming out of his car. HMS in that battle. Not sure what happened to Jay Milla, but Keystone is definitely pulled away from him.
He caught the wall.
Oh. There's the old guy coming up on Jay Milla, actually. So, Keystone, what position are you running in?
4th.
So, old guy's running in 6th place right now. Looking for 5th as he's going under Jay Milla at this point in time.
It's nice to see old guy up here running.
Yeah, I mean, we'd call him the young guy, but he's not. He's the old guy. Only since now that RKM's gone, he's really the old guy.
Yeah, I was about to say, him and RKM still, fight over that title, but,
Wicked coming up on a quick.
Wow, we have pit road takers already. Fletch D in the 42 is on pit road. Without damage, all I can imagine is that he took the 5 laps and then decided to pit, thinking that either way you got to make one. If you're already behind on the track, might as well do it now and not have to pit later.
Seems legit.
This battle for the lead is somewhat changed. We have the same 2 drivers, but we're missing the 3rd as Checkmate is starting to fall back now. But Ford Pro Bomber is putting all sorts of excitement onto that 2 car, all sorts of pressure trying to get to the inside as they come through 3 and 4.
It's hard to get underneath somebody if they're not sliding up through 3 and 4, so you got to be careful sticking your nose in there just to make sure you don't slide up yourself and cause the incident. Private
Patton is cheering for his boss, Mills. You can get the chocolate off of your nose at any point in time. This just in, Smitty said the old guy who is running in 5th actually started 19th. Patton, of course, I'm just kidding, man. That was just a joke. Please don't beat me up later. So, yeah, old guy starting 19th, running 5th, man. What a great run for him. That's huge.
I started 13th and running 4th.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Again, we've seen a little... Patton said, oof. Yeah, oof is right. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, I mean, some of these incidents that happen, you'll see this throughout the race on these restarts. You don't necessarily have to start up front to be able to get up front by the end of these stages. Kid Coyote cheering for Mills. Wow, so we have one person that has fans out there, and it's Mills. Apparently, he decided to get a hold of everyone, including his animals, and said, hey, let's get on here and cheer for our Canuck fans, as now there's a coyote in our broadcast.
All right, we got a coyote and a dead general.
Ooh, we're batting 1,000 here.
Patton, General Patton.
Yeah.
I thought you missed that reference. Sorry.
No, I got it, but this was back when he was a private, not a general, so it's a little bit different. Mills and Ford Pro Bomber are definitely still going at it up here at the front, but who's going to pit first? At this point in time, I'm thinking that whoever makes the pit stop first is going to get the early gap. But do they pit close together? Do they spread it out? Do you run your tires to where they're down to nothing before you pit? It's tricky because if you're the first one to pit, you're going to get the gap on pit exit. However, if you pit second, you're going to get the tires towards the end of the run and be the faster car. 88 of Woodruff on 4 freshies up here racing the leaders like it's for position, but keep in mind, Woodruff, it is not. As he does get around those two guys and gets his lap back the hard way. So unlike Keystone said, there is other ways to get your lap back, but it's a lot harder to do it this way. Ford Probe to the outside of that 2 car trying to take the lead. Again, guys, this is for our one and only advancing position to the All-Star race on this coming weekend. Ford Probe and the 00 is now taking that position, but Mills is not going away lightly.
I know, I did some hard racing with Mills earlier in practice. He definitely knows what he's doing up there.
The 22 peels off, goes into pit lane. I have no idea who it is, but I've seen it happen. Boy, this battle up here for the lead is good.
22 is Brian.
They're at the point.
Brian SP, all right.
They're at the point now that both the 00 and the 2, we've seen the draft and we've seen them pulling away from the field earlier. They're working together. They have a big enough gap now that they don't have to do that. If they want to get racy, as long as it's clean, it's fair game. So this is really fun to watch as you see Mills beating down the bumper of that 00. The blue rear end of that 00 is probably going to be slightly black by the end of this run. The 40 car of somebody pulled over and let those guys go. Good move by him. He'll probably get the run with 4 fresh tires.
Well, I was riding along with you, Brian. You didn't do it.
Just because I didn't don't mean I'm not making the facial expressions.
He bounced off the wall.
I saw it. I held on to it, surprisingly.
We got another Mills supporter in Canfield. Thanks for tuning in. Oh man!
So we've got a vegetable can, a dead general, and a coyote. It just keeps getting better and better.
We got somebody out there. We got another animal. He's not necessarily cheering for Mills, but he is cheering for any Ford out there. Nate Lamb. Thanks for tuning in.
Absolutely.
Mills going to the inside of Ford Pro Bomber. A little contact was made. Looks like he recovered. Okay, on my screen it just looked a little different, but there might be lag issues. You never know. 2 is peeled off. He's going into pit lane at this point. Looked like he went in a little hot, but I'm going to go with he got down to the proper speed limit. This just in, he did indeed get down to the proper speed limit. I try not to respond to him too quick, but Mills is one of those silent ghosts in my ear, so I can hear everything he's got to say during this race. You guys cannot at home, but I can, so excuse me if you hear me talking to him. Actually, guys, I take that back. There's a little bit of connection error between me and that 2 car right now. I can't understand a word he is saying. Yes, here.
Looks like the 32 car spinning through the grass on the front stretch.
Debbie Broom, 1966, spinning through the grass with his lawn care service.
I hate to see it.
I feel like you don't mean that. But he did get to pit lane. Looks like he was able to stop. Ford Probe is on pit lane now. I'd imagine when this cycle's out, Mills will get the lead back. So I'm going to ride along with him here and see. Ooh, Checkmate's actually in front of Mills.
Yes, he is.
My dog is not happy with that. Just neither is any of the other animals in the chat right now.
How is your dog doing there, Teddy?
Well, UPS man's here, so she's not the happiest thing in the world.
Ah.
Alright.
She just said she wants to go play, that's all.
Mills looks like he caught the apron shot to the outside, but he's still holding well. We got Gnarly Stankbutt out there cheering for forwards. RJ Smitty cheering for checkmate. That's lopsided. That's biased. He's cheering for his own driver.
Yeah. That's not fair.
Is yours?
Who's the lead?
The 48 car of checkmate.
Negative. Bomber.
Okay.
What?
I'm riding with him.
Apparently he took 2 tires.
I believe he did.
Which should mean that you guys are catching him quickly.
Well, we've got coming up for 2.5 laps to go in this first stage, so I'm not sure. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Canfield asked where Energy is, so I'm on him real quick. He's in the Sunny D Ford.
Oh, he got in the wall.
I have no idea where he actually is, though.
I'll tell you at the end of the stage. How about that?
Who got into the wall? Ford Probe?
Yeah, I'm riding with him. Robbie's working up on him, trying to get by.
That's good,
No,
though.
that ain't Robbie. That's
That's,
Puddin in the 47, right?
I don't, yeah. So, guys, there is a Puddin sight, and he's trying to get his lap back the hard way before the end of the stage. It looks like he's going to be successful, as the 22 of Brian is also trying to get his lap back the hard way, but they're coming down to just a couple laps left in the stage. Yep. Okay, last lap right now. So I don't know if Brian's going to make it, but I know Puddin's fighting hard, as is the 42 of Fletch D up there in front of him. Now, mind you, Fletch is the first person to pit lap 5 into it. And so this is the difference, how much older his tires are. The 47 of Puddin pushes the issue, gets by the 42. Contact is made. 42 and Ford Pro Bomber in the wall. Fletch gets his, Brian gets his lap back. The 2 just barely finishes second.
I knew it was coming. I would have screenshotted it.
Thanks a lot for not informing us, Mr. Silent Guy in my ear.
God, that was so close. I mean, like, seriously.
NRG finished 10th in the stage.
Top 10 for the Nanner Bread.
Bomber, Mills, Checkmate, myself, Young Boy Terrell, Sparks, Wicked, Old Guy, HMS, Nanner, the top 10. We got Robbie, Buck, Art, Shabab, Sport, Jamila, Woodruff, Gravely, D. Smith, Fast Claire rounding out the top 20. Then Puddin, Brian, Fletch, Sean, Phoenix, Bulk, and Broom.
So, everybody at home, that was stage 1. This is a 4-stage race. All the excitement that you've just seen, and that was simply 1 stage. 3 more to go, and none of these mean anything at this point other than simply trying to stay on the lead lap.
Get your car dialed in. That's all it's about.
Yeah, so when you guys go green, can somebody try to let me know how many laps remain in the stage? Because I know you only get... NRG looks like he didn't pit. He's out here in the lead right now.
Huh.
Oh, boy.
He might have pitted late or something.
22.
22 to go, 20 to the tank. Will somebody save the 2 laps?
Oh, I'm sure.
Creed, where you at, my dude?
Okay, I figured it out.
Oh! Buck's in the wall. Oh, big, right? Yeah, Buck. That's a big rig. I don't know. There's like 10 of them at rig.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get to see it. I was up here watching with the leaders as Mills forward on Ford Crime with a Ford Probe behind them in the Chevy.
71 just put checkmate in the wall.
71 is somebody. Let's see.
Young Boy Terrell.
Yeah.
I knew
He
that.
had to open one up and meet him.
I was totally going to get to that eventually. Kid Coyote screaming, "Let's go Penske." RJ Smitty saying, "Let's go Hendrick." Neither one of them understand that they're not going to win. It's going to be a Roush Fenway Ford or a Joe Gibbs Toyota in the winner's circle.
Speaking of Joe Gibbs Toyota, I've got one right on my rear bumper.
I'm looking at a Joe Gibbs Toyota sitting in third behind the Ford and the Ford Probe. I'm enjoying seeing that. Unfortunately, the Roush Fenway Ford, he's fallen off, but I just think he's sitting on older tires than what everybody else is on.
I think he took 2.
Yeah, he either took 2, topped off, or like, or Little Man said that he may have just pitted really, really late at the end of that last stage.
Stayed out. We
Mills
got
and,
Wiki coming up here.
oh, they
Yeah.
got another Penske up here in fourth. We got 2 Penske's, so we got 2 Canucks, 2 Underdogs, and a Cola. No, that's a NOCO driver. Ford Pro's a NOCO driver there in our top 5.
There we go.
We got team communication going on in my ear. Unfortunately, you guys didn't hear it, or one of us would be getting a roll of toilet paper. Wicked has now, everybody has now passed Ford Probe as far as the top 5, and Keystone Cowboy is sitting in second, Sparks in third, Wicked Gatekeeper in fourth, and Ford Pro Bomber has gathered it up in fifth. Let's do a look backwards here. Look at this battling. Sparks to the inside of the Keystone, Wicked now to the inside of the Keystone. Looks like Keystone's losing a few spots. That outside line will work, but not when you were trying to go to the bottom line. He's able to hold on and stay side by side with his teammate. Luckily, they should be able to get together and stay drafted and be able to stay with this 2 Miller Lite Ford Mustang. I'm scrolling through the field unintentionally. I'm just trying to get to certain drivers, but there with 20-something drivers, it takes me a minute to do so.
Only 27 drivers.
Here comes the 71 of young boy Terrell. That is a Cola driver, first one of them, that is now trying to get into the top 5 as he's looking on to the inside of Ford Pro Bomber at this point in time. In case you're not sure which one is the 71, it's that baby blue and white car right here behind the group
Captain
of Toyotas.
D.
Captain D.
Good food there. Good food.
Yeah, Keystone, I just didn't want to tell you which car I'm riding along with right now.
Oh! Pro got in the wall.
Somebody in the wall.
Yeah, that was Ford Pro. Somebody else is in the wall. Wicked is all over that bumper.
Yes, he is. I believe he's pushing right now. He's had plenty of opportunities to go around. I think he's just trying to work together as a team. And I apologize that I just left him hanging right there. I'm a bad teammate. Bad teammate.
Terrible.
Bad teammate.
Terrible. Oh,
Hey,
there's
he's
a
done.
10 up there. I wonder whose car that is.
Some crazy guy.
Stuart Haas, I think.
I heard something about those Stuart
Wicked.
Haas cars, though, and coming up short. Coming up little in the results here.
Yeah.
Wicked Gatekeeper has peeled off and gone to pit lane already. Looks like maybe he's splitting the stage about halfway, 10, 11 laps in, I would assume.
We're on lap 10 right now.
Yeah, at 22, so it looks like he's splitting it and not going to go for the fuel conservation. Listen, Private Deceased. He says the Canucks are once again looking fast. Francis Smith has joined us and said that go Canucks. Archangel has made his pit stop. Here comes Ford Pro Bomber. Man, that's a hard name to say. He's back here battling with old
how many people
guys.
was going to follow suit. We've seen Wicked Pit. So I was curious to see how many people was going to follow him, down there.
Looking at it at this point in time, the 2 people that I know that don't have to follow suit are your leaders. The 2 and the 12 teammates. They're not in a chat because we know that the 2 is in my ear like a little birdie. But will they pit together? Can they push it as far as they absolutely want to and then throw pit lane all together? This is one of those, like we were talking about, saving the fuel. If you're able to get a big enough lead, or as other people are able to pit, maybe at that point in time you can start saving and hope to get those 2 laps, as long as you have a big enough lead where it's not under pressure. Again, this is stage 2. It doesn't actually mean anything, but if you're able to stay out and trap over half the field a lap down, you're putting yourself in a much better predicament to be able to win this thing at the end.
We've seen it happen before at this track in the Xfinity Custom race.
We've seen this happen, trapping people a few laps down in multiple places. Xfinity's a little different because they only have 3 stages.
I was just giving reference, that's all. As
Yes.
you see the 12 car come to pit road,
Oh, somebody's cutting grass.
I got distracted.
He's still cutting the grass. The 18 is still cutting the grass. The Interstate Lawn Care Service, not the Interstate
Hey,
Batteries.
how did you even see me? I'm in a green car.
He thought he was
Yeah,
camouflaged,
I
but we could
remember.
see the white.
I remember poking a.
I forgot about that.
I didn't.
Obviously.
HMS is fit.
Checkmate and Woodruff both coming off pit lane. Team affair there. Jay Miller said,
Somebody is gonna win this by saving fuel.
I thought you were just gonna stop it. Somebody is gonna win this. And I was like, thank you for
No,
that,
somebody's
Captain
gonna win
Obvious.
by saving fuel. I'm telling you. Let's see where Mills come out at compared to where Wicked is.
Yeah, Wicked was definitely the first one to pit. Mills, if
Yeah.
you get a copy, if you could just let us know where Wicked is in comparison to you.
I'm on board with Wicked. He's coming out of 4.
Well, I'm on board with Mills.
Oh,
Looks like Mills
he just
actually
got into
may
the
have
wall.
done a 2-tire stop.
Mills' teammate just blocked him.
Let me correct that. This just in. The 2 car did a gas and go.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud to anybody else that still had to pit, but thank you for telling me your pit road secret. Let me try to find that young boy. Gosh, there's so many cars to go through. Young boy right here. This is your leader, right in front of the 2 of Mills.
Where they at?
They're on the track. They're in the 71 in the 2 car.
I know. See, I about done it. Yep.
I almost got the toilet paper, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, almost.
If I can get him to do it in the 4th stage, it'll also throw in some hand sanitizer. Mills is definitely catching the 71. They both apparently took the gas and go, but will their tires hold up? Mills feels strongly that his will, but will young boy Terrell's?
Terrell has not pitted yet, though.
Oh, he hadn't pitted at all?
Nope, he has not pitted yet.
So that's not even for a position then. Terrell's a lap
Nope.
ahead of Mills. Interesting. Like we talked about, now that young boy has this huge lead, the way he was racing, I'm going to say he wasn't saving fuel. But is he at this point? I'm going to still say no, as I would assume Mills is racing his heart out. But like we were talking about, if you can save fuel, Mills was the leader. Young boy is now in front of him by a lap. If he was able to save his fuel for the full 22 laps, he didn't just lap half the field, he lapped the whole field. Well, there goes that idea. Gonna ride along with Mills here as he cycles through and should become the leader. With the 62 of Phoenix all over his rear end, I would imagine that's fighting to get his lap back, but probably has 4 fresh good years instead of the 0 that Mills took.
Young boy coming off pit road. Mills is passing. Who's in the lead? Mills, you in the
Yep.
lead?
Yep, Mr. Mills is in the lead. Young boy Terrell running second.
Well, all I'm going to say is I'm glad I picked Mills. That is a Penske car that is looking strong. a Canuck car, as everybody else out there is calling it. My dog's mad again. I was talking about another team, made my dog mad.
You do have a JGR car finishing top 5 in this stage study, even though you said, it don't really matter.
Is that 5th?
3rd.
Ooh, P3 on the podium right now.
With Sparks in 4th, D. Smith in 5th, Ford Pro Bomber 6th.
Did you say D. Smith in 5th?
Yes, I did.
D. Smith
Ford
was running in the back.
6th, Jamila 7th, HMS 8th, Wicked 9th, and NRG 10th.
So we got 3 of the 4 underdogs still in the top 10.
Yes, we do.
Sorry, I was being...
and Sport is 14th, just letting you know.
I like it. Who's getting the lucky dog?
Lucky Dog is going to... Gravely.
Gravely in the 31.
What place is he in?
At the back. I didn't get scrolled down back in time to see it. Sorry. Oh, guess we had a late pitter as our screen is black. Trying to get those adjustments in.
That
So we're
was...
halfway through it. Stage 3. Here we go. Also 22 laps in this stage as well.
See if we can get on with the 2 car. Sorry to go through there. Might be giving somebody issues. You say 22 in this stage as well?
Yep.
Oh! The 12 did. How did Ford Pro hold it? Oh my goodness.
Riding along with our leader with an Interstate Batteries Toyota all over him and a Monster Energy #1 sitting in 3rd. If you're a NASCAR fan, that is the 2 Bushes sitting 2nd and 3rd.
Well, I think who's ahead of Doug.
Well, as long as this don't come down as Kentucky did last year, I'll be all right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, miss.
We do have a second Canuck in the top 5. D. Smith looks like he's going to go up and tag the wall. Young Boy Terrell shooting to the inside of him, going around for P3, letting the first and second place get a little bit of a gap, but the draft should be able to suck those guys back up. We have a Ryan Morgan out in the YouTube world. Oh, Lord. That's the true old guy of Giggity Racing League. I've gave him a seizure from switching cars so many times. Apologies. There are 27 drivers out there. Trying to find the one you want takes a few seconds. These two out front were practicing together earlier, and they were tight-knit just like this in the practice. But Young Boy Terrell in that 71 looks to have a very strong car. I'm not sure if Little Man's pooping or not, but all I heard was,
Yeah, I watched Buck trying to do the little bump and run on Wicked, so I'm waiting for Wicked to give it back to him.
I think it's a little early, only being stage 3.
Yeah.
Oh, he was trying to get around him, but he's moving. He's catching him. He's up to what's that? 6. He's right behind the 12. He's coming.
The 71 of Young Boy and the
There
1 of
he
D.
goes.
Smith has now caught our leaders.
He's right there with the 12. He cleared him.
Little Man, we were actually going to put him on a stretch machine, Ryan Morgan. We tried getting him to where he could see over the steering wheel. He just couldn't, so because of that, he's not going to be racing this week, unfortunately. We tried giving him a booster seat, but then his toes couldn't touch the pedals. It's got crazy.
Y'all funny.
We are.
Y'all funny.
I mean, we're just you gotta speak to the YouTube world there, Little Man. Sorry that you're the pun of jokes, but your name is Little Man.
Yeah, I think so.
I just have one question for you, little man. Can you sit over the steering wheel in go-karts too?
No. You know, believe it or not, that's harder than you think. Cause you lean back. When I was a kid, when I first started, I had to look through it.
Oh man. So you're talking about like last week. Back to this race, and Mills still holding on to the lead.
Serious.
Keystone in second, Young Boy third, and D. Smith in fourth. Heard a naughty word from
There it
Mills.
goes.
That's why I came back
He's
here.
up front now.
The Interstate Batteries Toyota looking for the lead, but this is a good battle. Is who's going to prevail? As Mills is very good on that outside.
Apron.
The 18 catches the apron, goes up in front of the 2. The 71 looks like a little contact, but I'm not so sure.
Somebody finna cut grass up there. Y'all keep racing like that.
D. Smith didn't just cut a little grass. He went like 2 grooves into the grass. Here, Mills is able to fall back into third behind Young Boy Terrell.
Sorry about that, Mills.
Oh, Smitty just said that when Lil Man you used to drive for him, he'd strap wooden blocks on the pedals for you. It all makes sense.
Worked.
And when he wrecked, that was because the block fell off the pedal. Dang it, I hate it when that happens. Young Boy Terrell doing inside, outside, anything you can to try to get around that green 18. That fifth and sixth now of Buck and Sparks. They have caught this first pack.
Oh, this ain't gonna be good.
Mills has gotten by Young Boy Terrell. Here comes Mills trying to fight with that 18 right now. Buck up near the wall. May have tagged it, I'm not sure, but he has fallen the back of this pack.
He's just gonna take his time. He can get it.
Arkham, who you cheering for? He said, here he comes. 2 people just caught up. Which one?
He probably pulling for that 12.
DNA has now said go Mills. Mills has got a cheering squad.
Oh!
Real quick to any of our viewers out there, we have 26 live viewers starting tomorrow, hopefully bright and early in the morning, on our Giggity Racing League Facebook page, on our Twitter, and here in this chat. We will be doing a podcast of some sort tomorrow.
It won't be tomorrow morning.
No, it won't be tomorrow morning. The podcast will be tomorrow evening. If you can tune in, we will also give you guys the 8 drivers that are eligible for the fan vote. Get on, vote for your drivers. 18, all but in the inside wall, is able to get back on the track. 2 wide as he's next to Buck. Saved it. Not sure how.
I'm gonna quote the Colonel Sanders dude from The Longest Yard. That felt rather unnecessary, but okay.
Pit stops have started here in stage 2. Sorry, stage 3. You're right.
Oh!
Arkham has given you a shootout, Keystone. He said, nice save.
Tell him I said thank you very much.
He can hear you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I was about
true.
to say the same thing.
Oops. Remember, it's all in the name, Keystone.
Yeah. And Brian Morgan, of all people, giving you kudos.
I know, right? Wait a minute. Are you sure that's the real Ryan Morgan?
Nah, it's the older version. I mean, the younger version.
The one just dang on cut the 4 off.
Daggone. The 1 is cutting off noses.
Dang on.
The 4 looks like he's going to pit here.
I don't know. He come off that corner, he got a little loose. It could be, but I don't know.
Blank Buck in the 4, looking like
He is.
Yep, there
he's
he
pulling
goes.
off to pit.
Yeah, it's missing his battle for the lead right now.
I'm circling
No,
through
we're
to you
not.
right
I'm
now.
watching. I've got a front row seat for it.
Mills and Young Boy shooting it out for the lead. Young Boy has the preferred line on the bottom, but Mills is holding on. Here comes D. Smith in third. Thought the 2 was going to catch the wall and take himself out, but he's able to hold on to it. one car now shooting to the inside of the 2. And he's trying to get to the inside of the 71, all in the same corner. He catches the apron, shoots up, maybe a little contact. The 2 is able to hold it, I believe. We'll see on exit. The 12 gets down to the inside. They are 3 wide. No. 1 lets off, crosses him over, going back to the inside. He's underneath the 2 right now. Young boy Terrell is loving what he's seeing in his rear view mirror, and as his Sparks in his windshield, as he's now in second place, as close to the leader as he's been all night long when he was following Mills. No, my team's underdogs. I did pick Sparks as my, as my underdog. See, I got confused.
Not hard for you to do.
Yes, I did. I did say before the race started, I said of the Canucks, my underdog pick would be the 12 of Sparks. And he's making me proud here with this thing. I wish the trade deadline hadn't already passed, but that's happened. 12 going for the lead now underneath the 71. His teammate's going to decide to go with him. They drop to the bottom. Will the 71 be able to hold steady? Looks like the 12 might have tagged the wall on exit, dropping back down to the bottom right in front of his teammate. He's peeling off to pit right now. Maybe not. He shoots back up across the track in front of the 2. The 2's underneath him. The 12 was definitely trying to pit. He gets side. Well, everybody's in pit lane now. I don't know if that was intentional, but it looked like, was that the 10 car?
I don't know.
It might have been the 14. It was Blue Def. Whoever that car was just KO'd the 12, but I'm not sure. When the 12 went and Mills got underneath him, he really should have just braked harder and let Mills go. Instead, he was trying to get down there and just had nowhere to go. He should have maybe either braked harder or stayed out another lap. Yeah. 71 on pit lane now. He is your leader. The 14 may have just taken the lead.
Negative.
Who's leader?
71 still.
Okay, so that was lap traffic that KO'd the 12 car. Sparks is back on pit lane, right in front of the same driver that helped him get on pit lane. I'm assuming Mills got a pit road speeding penalty there, because he's just now coming off pit lane. The 47 of Puddin on track going around him. The 12 has just went back onto pit lane. Let's see if I can find him real quick. I'll try not to go too fast. I don't want to give Arkham a seizure. But yeah, Sparks is just now pitting. So that first time incident, I'm thinking he missed pit lane and had to go around the track. So is the 71 still the leader?
Yes, he is.
Give me a second, guys. I'm trying to get back to our leader here. Well, this isn't fun to watch. He's all by himself. Where's that battle for second?
D. Smith and Serenity.
Did you just say Serenity?
That's
What's up, bro?
The 4 and the
First
18
half.
battling side by side. Buck says, I got 4 fresh Goodyears. Let me move the field in front of me on those older tires.
yeah. I'll say blank Buck to that too. Blank, blank, blanky, blank,
Is it
blank,
over?
blank. Yes, that is the end of the stage. We've got Young Boy Terrell, D. Smith, Serenity, aka Robbie, Buck, myself, Woodruff, Checkmate, Arch, Joe Miller, and Wiki Gatekeeper running up the top 10.
Dakota Brandon cheering for RJM. I didn't know if there was any RJM fans out here except for RJ himself. There is a Fluffy Racing in our YouTube world. Hello, Mr. Fluffster.
Fluffy! Alright, it's down to the money.
Fourth and final stage. This one is for the money. Everything you've seen to this point is to get themselves ready for this. Who will take that victory and advance their way into the All-Star race starting this Thursday? It looks like, is that Energy on the pole again?
Yes, it is.
How does he keep doing it?
He's on it.
riding on with Energy. I don't know if he took 2 tires or not, but he was able to get out to a good lead. But this time, on the outside of him was a different driver. It was Puddin. Puddin catches down, gets down onto the apron. Buck shoots up, nails the wall. Good thing for him, there was no damage. Cars going everywhere. People are wrecking. Fourth and final stage again. This is the part that you don't want to necessarily get into any incidents, as it will put an end to your night.
Oh.
Yeah. Already, second lap in the stage. There's also a lot of forcing going on here.
Yeah.
People need to realize they can't win it on the first lap in the stage.
I'm going to be honest, though. I mean, that's to be expected at this point in time. Looks like the 24 and the 47 into it back there. The 47 into the wall. I'm assuming that Mills may or may not have backed out, but I am seeing this 17 Sunny D Ford Mustang out here in the lead, with the 1 of D Smith and the 71 of Young Boy Terrell working together to try and catch him. The 88 on the inside of the 37 of Serenity back there.
Oh, and they just wrecked.
Yeah,
I
big,
think the 88
huge.
and 37 made contact coming through turn 4.
Yeah, unfortunately I was on the 17, so I wasn't quite able to see that. But, oh, huge wreck. As you can all now see it on your screen. That wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. That's about half the field involved in that one.
Yeah, Mills. Checkmate right there.
Ouch. You hate to see it, but you now have 2 teammates in the 11 and the 18, Wicked Gatekeeper and Keystone, sitting 5th and 6th by the looks. I gotta try to get back to our leader here, as he is going under fire by that 1 in the 71.
Broom back out.
Who did?
Broom.
W. Broom?
Broom, Checkmate, and Mills.
Ooh, hate to see that. 71 of Young Boy Terrell coming to the inside of Energy at this point in time. Who is D Smith going to go with? Is it going to be a clean pass? Looks like no contact, but Energy is definitely trying to pinch him. Energy up and into the wall in the middle of 3 and 4, comes down, catches the 1 into the grass, able to hold on to it. The 2 almost make more contact, both able to save it. Energy is now falling back 3rd. Young Boy Terrell has gotten a 4 or 5 car length lead up there in the lead, but here comes the 11th, 4th place car is now right on the tail end of, yes, I know that's Ford Mustang and a Toyota, but those 2 are teammates. 17 and the 11 are teammates. Looks like Energy did not want to give up that spot to his teammate, as there was slight contact, but Wicked Gatekeeper is able to get by him. The 88 of Woodruff Sport now coming to the inside of that 17 car with Keystone right on their tail. I'm assuming that Energy did not take tires when they pit, and that's how he got out to that lead, but at this point in time his tires are just falling off too bad. Energy looks like he's pulling over, pitting this time by.
I think he is.
The battle right now is for 2nd. We're riding along with Woodruff Sport. He's sitting in 4th place. These 3 drivers need to get in line and go catch that 71, or else this race is all but Young Boy Terrell's.
Goes Wicked to 2nd.
Wicked Gatekeeper takes 2nd. Woodruff looking like he's going to take 3rd. D Smith goes from 2nd to 4th, all in 1 corner, but he gets on to the back of them and is able to keep the draft. Keystone hating that he's losing the draft, but he does have a driver with 4 fresh good feel goods and Puddin and Serenity Racing sitting right behind him. young boy Terrell is checking out with this lead. The 1 gets into the rear end of the 88, says, hey, it's time to go. Let's go. Has anybody saved the fuel strategy for this stage?
I can't find nobody that did it.
I'm not seeing anybody that did either, really.
I just, you know, there was a
at
few
least
guys.
tried it.
There was a few guys that backed out after they were wrecked, and if it's me, if I'd have wrecked early on lap 1 or 2 right there, I may have immediately gone into fuel conservation mode and tried to make this
I would've
fourth
done
and
it
final
anyway.
stage. Well, I mean, it's dependent on where you are on the track. If you're the leader, you're silly to start doing that.
This stage
Well,
Go ahead, Boom.
is, we've got, if you topped off, you've got 8 laps of fuel right now, and there's 11 to go in the stage. 7. So saving 3.5 to 4 laps, it's hard to do.
Yes, it is. But if you use 2 different aspects of that, if you're in the draft, you can tend to save a little bit, as well as lifting earlier. Wicked is pitting. That is how Woodruff got to second. He's our first taker.
Pudding, though.
Well, Puddin's a lap down.
Gone.
Puddin's already pit. He's a lap down.
Okay.
Love you to death, Puddin, but nobody here would expect you to become flying up past second like that. RJ Smitty out there cheering for the 88 of Woodruff Sport. He may be the only person cheering for that car, including Woodruff Sport himself. I'm just kidding. Woodruff and D. Smith, they've had a good little battle. Keep in mind the 88 and the 30s. Keep in mind the 88 and the 37, that big wreck that happened was when the 37 was passing the 88. Is there retaliation in the mind of Serenity Racing right now? The 88 decides to come off and pit.
so.
He may have thought, nope, I'm getting out of the way. Here comes the 37. Oh, 88 pulls back up into the track in front of the 37 and slows him down, but nobody spins, no wreck. 88 is now on pit lane.
Oh, Bob. Back down. Sparks back down.
Man.
I think
It's-
Sean back down.
Sean Siddle?
Siddle.
Yeah, he said he had another race to broadcast. If he was up front, it would have been a little bit different. Trying to catch on to, sorry about your eyes back there. If anybody's going to lose your mind, I'm going to try to find young boy Terrell up here. You know, I just seen a glimpse of him, but Ford Pro Bomber in stage 1 and 2. He was up front, and I haven't seen nor heard anything from him since.
He's going off the pit road now.
Woodruff now has a second fan, Brian Brown, aka Bad For You. He's out here cheering for, of course, his teammate. Is anybody going to be able to do the splash and go? We seen earlier that that's what Young Boy and Mills were doing. Is anybody else going to be able to do a splash and go and be able to contend with this 71? As we're running out of laps here, we should be down to about, what, 6?
Whenever we cross, I will let you know. 5.
5 to go. And that 71 is yet to pit. So he would be pitting this time by. Of course he would be. Second. I'm assuming Wicked is probably going to end up in second, as he was the first one to pull off and pit.
Well, we just got our laps back, so
Young Boy did just do a gas and go. He wasn't on pit lane, but for 2 seconds, maybe 3, he is getting back onto the track at this point in time. Well, he's coming through the rest of pit lane. Now he is on the track. I did not
62
see
of Phoenix is in the lead right now.
62 of Phoenix. Let me try to scroll through that. with 4 to go.
Yep.
Phoenix is on the apron now. He's getting ready to pit. Back to young boy Terrell, who I'm assuming will take the lead, but who knows at this point. I don't even see the 11 anywhere near it. The closest guy I see is the 42 and the 24.
71 does indeed have the lead.
Yeah, so this race is in hand at this point, as long as nothing occurs for that 71, as I don't see anybody out here close enough to him with the 42 and the 24. I'm assuming these guys are all lapped down, but I'm not sure. Young boy Terrell.
Is taking the white flag this time by.
White flag for our 71 of young boy Terrell. Sorry about that, guys. Trying to message a few people, let them know what's going on.
And here he comes, coming out of turn 4, and it looks like young boy Terrell will punch his ticket into Giggity's All-Star race.
How cool is that? Congratulations to young boy Terrell. He's one of our fairly new guys here.
Yes.
I called it.
You called like 9 people.
Yeah, but I
So
called
we
him.
got young boy Terrell, Wicked finish in 2nd, Woodruff 3rd, D. Smith 4th, HMS 5th, myself 6th, NRG 7th, Ford Probe 8th, Sports and 9th, and Gravely rounded out the top 10.
Who did you say got second?
7th, NRG.
No, second.
Wicked.
Wicked Gatekeeper. Just short. You hate to see it.
Yep.
We're going to get those two up here in the booth with us.
Go silent on the mic for a split second here.
Do you have them, little man, or you need me to suggest them?
Let's see. I might have a young boy. I don't know.
Young boy is young boy _ Terrell.
Yeah, we used to run together a while back.
Gotcha. I'll blue screen and invite him real quick. I'll blue screen right now. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen at home. I know you can only hear my voice right now.
Alright, I got Wicked.
Okay. I'm looking up young boy right now. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, actually. Wicked Gatekeeper
with the fastest lap.
by a bunch. Well, not over second.
Ooh.
Young boy Terrell was pretty quick too. So not only were they first and second, they were our 2 fastest drivers. Keep in mind though, Mills did not finish the race, so there's no actual telling.
Yeah, true. Good point. Good point. Shall return in just a second.
I wish y'all would do Talladega instead of Daytona. Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Pardon me?
Wicked, you're in here. Sorry, I didn't see you join. Is your voice set to always loud?
Should be.
Can you just check real quick? Myself.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay. So, second place, man. Track like Charlotte, 27 drivers on the track. I know you needed the win to advance. You're looking pretty maybe in the fan vote. How's it feel? How'd the car feel?
Pretty good actually. For going back to sliders, it's been a while. I don't know. I dropped down, took a 5, and it ended up getting a little loose on entry. Got it rotating good through the pit stops. It was every stage was questionable whether you could make it or not, or just take 2, or just a splash of fuel, or. So I went ahead and just played safe and took 4 every time.
Yeah, it looked like that was actually the difference for Young Boy. I mean, he had a fast car. He was up there, had a couple car lengths on you guys, but it looked like after pit stops he ended up with half a track, a quarter of a track. I'm assuming he did a gas and go. I'll have to wait and talk to him. But do you feel like that's what cost you maybe the race, was taking 4?
I'm not sure, because I actually got around a lot of people having 4. Like the last 3 laps or so, I was actually past a couple people on the outside, just because I had the fresher tires. So I think that definitely helped. And I don't know, we got some pretty bad pit times. I think my best pit stop was a 15.8. Not real hot. I had a couple over 16 seconds. I'm not sure.
Wait, you hit a 15-second pit stop? How?
2 15.8s, a 16, and a 16.2. I don't know what's
I was
going
hitting
on with
16s all night.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, but no, I'm not sure. I would have wanted to try no tires or 2. I know 2 tires works here, and it's not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know if Young Boy absolutely did a no tire. I just know that Mills, he was up here with us on silent mode, and he did for sure do a no tire stop. So anyways, congratulations, man. I don't think you're set to run at Daytona, so at this point, hope and pray for that fan vote, and maybe we'll see you this weekend at the All-Star race.
Sounds good, fellas. Thanks for putting on a show.
Thank you, man, and congratulations on that second place finish.
Talk to you guys later.
Did Young Boy join us?
Yes, he did.
Keystone, you want to take this one?
Young Boy, is your race setting set to always allow?
Yes, it is.
All right, man. Congratulations on punching your ticket to the All-Star race, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Are you in the 18 car?
Yes, I was.
Okay, I wanted to send you a message and apologize. I know turn 1 and 2 when I was trying to make a pass on you on the outside, I came down just a little bit and hit you. I'm glad it didn't.
I ain't worried about it.
I know. I just wanted to apologize.
I've had way worse contact at Charlotte before.
Yeah, but it was a good race.
You were fighting your butt off up there, man.
Yeah, I qualified 10th, but I had to go change something with my shift, my settings. So when I joined back, I started dead last. So throughout the stages, I was just trying to get myself in position. I wanted to get to the top 5 towards the end of the stage and put myself in the best position to have a chance to win. So when I was able to get first in that last stage, I was feeling pretty confident. D Smith was pretty fast. You were pretty fast. So was Mills. I seen Mills and somebody else had trouble on pit road. I think at the last stage they hit the wall or something. I seen Mills got knocked back there. He had a dominant car, but it was going to be tough between me, him, and D Smith and you. So it was a good race. I was able to get away. I took a gas and go on that last stop. I think on all of the green flag pit stops, I took gas and go. So I just was able to jump out there with a lead, and the lap car was able to stay out of my way, and I was able to come away with the victory. I had fun.
That's what it's all about, man. Having fun, putting on a show. And you did both tonight, man. So
Yeah.
now that you punched your ticket in, I mean, what's the mindset going into Friday night as we start the All-Star races?
It's going to be tough. I know. It's going to be the same thing. I need to qualify better than I did. And I know you got Cygenic, you got RJ, and a lot of those guys up there real fast. Alex and those guys that I ran against the other day. So I know I'm going to have to step my game up. And
Alex is not
really
locked
loose
in.
too.
Alex is not
really
actually locked in. He has to run Daytona
he's
to
not?
try to qualify his way in.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No, I mean, you're good. I was just letting you know.
Yeah, I'm real loose though. The car was, it was a little loose in the center of the corner, so I'm gonna have to go do some practice and try to figure that out. Because I know these guys are gonna be coming with their A games, so should be interesting.
Seeing how this is your first season with us, and you've only been signed for what, 2 to 3 or 4 weeks now?
Yeah, I think
So-
last week in Texas was my first race.
All right, so you've got basically, you've got the rookie stripes on this year, but remind you, 2009, there was a rookie punched his ticket into the All-Star race and took it home with being Casey Kane. You looking to pull that this year?
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to gradually. I don't want to ruffle no feathers. Casey Kane's got no word comparison, but nah. But I want to be calm. I don't want to cause too many accidents. I don't want to ruffle too many feathers. I just want to run some clean races. I ain't trying to win every race. If I get in position to try to win, I'll definitely try to, but not dirty or anything like that. I won't wreck nobody to win. So, but I'm gonna run hard every week. I want to win. I'm gonna run hard. I'm just try to be nice and easy. Give everybody their space. Try to be nice and clean, too. A lot of dudes are pretty aggressive at night, but I mean, it is All-Star qualifier, so I kind of get it.
All right, man. Well,
Appreciate it.
congratulations, and look forward to seeing you running this weekend.
Thank you. You guys stay easy. Have a good night. Appreciate it.
Congrats again, man.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to put an end to this broadcast. Stay tuned. About 15-20 minutes from now, we will be having the Daytona broadcast going. And also known as our absolute last chance without the fan vote to be able to race your way into the All-Star event this coming weekend. On that note, here again, 15-20 minutes, we will be seeing you live here for Daytona. Any last words, guys?
Young boy.
Bye!
All right. You guys stay easy. I gotta go jump to this league race.